Well, you guys saw the title, so I hope everyone's having a great day because today we're going to be back testing December price action. Now, notoriously, December has not only been my worst month, but seems to be a lot of people's worst month. It's usually a little bit slower. Things slow down for the holidays, and overall, just usually not the best conditions. I don't want to say it's bad PA because depending on what strategy you trade, it might be good for you. Like, I don't believe in just overall bad price action, but I trade continuations. For the way I trade, it hasn't necessarily been the best in my experience. So we're gonna be trading NQ. I've got 100K loaded up. We're gonna do December of last year. So yeah, let's get right into it. Sparkling water on deck as always. Volume off there. Okay. Settings good. Hopefully they save from the last one. Okay, cool. All right, so top-down analysis. I just want to see where we're at. It's all-time high. Okay, that's a little bit helpful. So all-time highs, most of the time we want to be bullish, but I'm not going to marry that bias every day. But overall right now we look extremely bullish. So I'm going to mark out this high. Looks like we're about to hit that high. Go this high as well. Okay, so overall, respecting bullish order flow. We're respecting all of these bullish gaps right here, displacing to be honest, I wouldn't even take a short today just because of how bullish we are. So yeah, let's see. See if we end up getting anything. We look pretty close to this high right here, so I doubt we'll get anything, but can I even get... I don't even think I can get a good one-to-one now. We're just gonna... Okay, so that's kind of unfortunate, but we'll see if we keep moving higher. Okay, we have a 5-minute gap. Do we tap the 5-minute? Okay, I'm going to take this long just because of how aggressive we're moving up. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, I like this clean retrace, very weak, very slow, and then a clean flip up. So I'm going to take this to these highs, and I'm going to give this a bit of a wider stop just because we might want to tap into this. We might want to tap into this 5-minute a little bit more. And is there anything, because that's a bit of a far target though, not gonna lie. Ooh, wait, can I target these highs? I don't know why I didn't mark those out. That might be better. What if I just like... little one-to-one. Yeah, if we're truly bullish and we want to keep expanding, especially with all-time high conditions, rarely do we have those deep retraces. So I'd kind of just want to see this go. So I'm willing to take this. I guess we'll go 2 contracts. I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to go break even here. Okay, nice. So reason I didn't go break even here is because if you have been trading for a while, you know that December is a little bit slower. Sometimes we do some weird moves, and a lot of the time, like if I go break even like I normally would go break even, then I'm going to get break even 75% of the time because I'm expecting not as efficient price action. So if I'm expecting not as efficient price action, then I don't expect it to just immediately rocket up to this high. But I do want to see if it kept going to my other target or if I would have gotten cooked. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, no, that's terrible. Okay, good. 1 for 1. So that's good. This is it's not only a learning experience, but this is also a bit of a challenge for myself. Because like I said, December has not been my best month. So I want to see just all human errors aside, strictly backtesting, like how well can I perform? So let's go next day. Okay. So it looks like we came up, edge those highs, take this off, take that off. Okay, so this is a big gap. I want to see that get tapped, but we're already very close to that. So yeah, definitely not going to get an entry to that. And I guess if we went higher, target this high. I'm going to stop. I need to, no. Okay, that's better. So let's see if we get anything here. Okay, so gap gets tapped. Do we displace up? Okay, next day. Oh wow, okay. So I think we created, yeah, new all-time high. So mark that out. We've got 1 hour gap here. 4 hour gap low if we really want to displace. Now with shorts, I will be going break even pretty quickly if I do take any shorts, but yeah, we'll see what we end up getting. Okay, I'm sticking the 5 minute for now. Whoa. What did I just do? Okay, we're good. This looks terrible. This is what we expect in December. Yeah, dude, I'm not. No, I'm not trading that. All right, so very strong movement to the upside. Really would not want to take shorts here, but we'll see what we end up getting. We could target these lows. Those lows aren't bad. In case we displace lower, I'll mark that out. Okay, those lows aren't bad. Okay, well, we took out the high. I'd really want to displace above it to get a trade to go higher. Kind of sweeping it right now. Okay, so a little bit of insight behind. I'm gonna take this short, and some of you are probably gonna be confused, but let me just like give you my thought process behind this. So the reason why I'm gonna take this short is because first of all, we came up, swept the high. If we wanted to go higher, we would displace through that high, and we obviously did not. Then we came up, had a retracement. We had a strong rejection down, but the reason why I can't really take this, it's a little bit far from the draw. And when I see us come down here and we start to slow down price, but if my thought process is, if we wanted to come up and tap this gap before hitting this low, we would have done that. We wouldn't have stayed stagnant in this area and then had this very bearish candle close. So this is a bit more of a sketchy woman entry. I'll go break even a little bit quicker than I normally would, but this is something, depending on how, I can't see how the candles are moving, but this is something that I would take live markets, because I've noticed a lot of the times we will not hit these gaps. We'll kind of slow down for a bit and then we'll have a solid candle close towards the draw. So that's why I'm taking this trade. So place this order, and my stop, I am betting on this trade not hitting this gap before we hit the draw. So that's why my stop is where it is. So let's do 4 contracts, sure. But like I said, I'm going to go break even quick. So that's all I need for break even. Literally just a close below that range. And that's why I went break even quick. So let's see, did that end up playing out? No, okay, that's why. at this point, yeah, I'd be off. Wait, that's 10 o'clock. We'll give it a little more. Never mind. Okay. So kind of consolidating a little bit on the 1 hour, but at least we have some decent targets. That's got to be a data candle, right? Yeah. I knew I wasn't tripping. So let's mark out data low. Data high is already taken. Very strong target. So we have all-time high. We have data low. Ideally, I want to see data low, but because of how bullish we are, higher time frame, I wouldn't be opposed to taking longs up to all-time high. I guess we'll just see which side we favor. Ooh. I need one more candle for me to... Is that a 1-to-1? If that's a 1-to-1, then I'll take it. Yeah, I'll probably... Did we sweep out these low? We did. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take that. 2 contracts for no reason. Okay, I'm going to go break even just in case. All right, that was actually really not smooth at first, but we had a quick move to take out the high, so that's nice. Reason being for the trade, so we have 2 strong draws. We have data low and we have all-time high. Now I have to favor all-time high a little bit just because of, you know, being at all-time highs and overall conditions are very bullish. So what I'd want to see, data low usually gets taken really quick, okay? Usually if we're taking data low, we're going to dump right away and go take it. So I'm more aggressive with my data low entries, but instead we came down, we swept out all these stacked lows right here, and then we immediately started displacing up. So that told me that we did not want to take out data low, and more than likely we were going to continue higher. So that was reasoning behind that trade. But I'm going to go to, do we have anything else higher I could target? No. Okay. Next time. Let's see what we get. I like that low. New all-time high. We have this gap right here, so I want to see that get tapped for us to go lower. We'll see. I'll stick in the 5-minute for now. Okay, I don't really like that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that is atrocious. That is descent. I mean, honestly, this probably hits, but yeah. No, that is atrocious. If I see this in the first 30 minutes, I'm off the chart. And that is, in my experience, how you have to treat December. Like, usually if the first 30 minutes is just terrible, more than likely that's kind of wraps for the day. So I'm gonna go to next session. Let's see, we're on December 10th now. Feels like I've been doing this for a while, but this draw is pretty good right here. Lots of stacked lows. I guess if we want to displace higher, we could take that. This already looks pretty good to go higher, but we know the open candle is notorious for fake outs. So yeah, there was no entry for that. Am I not going to get a retrace to go higher? Okay, I don't like that. Next up. Okay, I would not short today. Just, I mean, look at that displacement. There's no way I can short. So, only going to be looking for bullish targets here. We'll see if we get anything. Okay, good. Retrace. I'd want to see a little bit lower so I can get a safe entry. That is not enough though. Yeah, just the problem is that there was nowhere where I felt like I could get an actual safe entry. Like there's nowhere I could put my stop and be confident that we're not going to hit my stop before running higher. So that's why I didn't take anything there. I will, if we can get a retrace and just continue the move, I will take something like that. But I'd want to stick on the 5 minute because I would want to tap a 5 minute gap ideally. Okay, we kind of tapped that. That's better. 15 minute. Okay, so if we can tap into that 15 minute, that would be clutch. Never mind. Next cannot really trade lower. We're in these high time frame gaps. Really would only want to see higher today. Mark that out. Mark that out. And yeah, I can't validate trading lower. Ooh, data. It's kind of weak. Yeah, I'm good on that. This is gross. I would 100% be off the charts. New all-time high. Tapping into this gap. We could potentially come down and fill new week opening gap, but is that what that is? Yeah. Oh no, it's Thursday to Friday. I don't even know what that is, but still, I definitely want to see higher prices unless we just flushed. So start on the 5 minute. See what we get. Took out that low. I need just the problem is I need just like a little bit more confirmation, but I feel like if I do that, okay, I don't like that. That's unfortunate. Wow. Okay, that's really unfortunate. Like I said, so I'm looking for a deep retrace, continue to move higher. It's not really. All right. Notice the trade frequency here. Notice it is December 16th, and I've taken two trades. That's with all-time highs. Like, December is just, it's not, first of all, I don't even really trade the last week, like from Christmas to New Year. I think it's just asking to get railed. So, probably, I'll do it for the backtesting session, but like, I doubt we get a lot of trades in this session. That's just kind of how it is. But that's part of trading. Like you have to, just as much as you play offense, you have to play defense as well. If you can't protect your capital, then you're not going to have capital to risk when the good days come. So it's very important that you learn to play defense. But we're still looking super, super bullish. I don't really know. Like I can't really target bearish, but I guess this low maybe. Dude. Okay, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to, because this is a pretty, in my opinion, like at this point we've displaced past the first high and it's not even really a high in my opinion, but I would just kind of target something like, I don't know, stop here, maybe something like that. Yeah, we'll run that. Okay, stop at break even. Let that go. That is, man. Uh, yeah, all right, whatever. Honestly, like for this month, what I'm doing as well is like not in back testing like IRL, like trading this December, I'm doing a max one trade a day rule. Like if I get break even on it, then price action probably isn't efficient as I want it to be. So I'm calling it wraps there. I think it's very smart to do that when we expect a little bit lower probability conditions. So it's probably what I'm gonna do here. That is ridiculous. um, we very well could come down and fill this gap. Like I know all-time highs, but if we want to fill that gap, we will. So it's looking like that's gonna be the play. Maybe this is clean. If we get one more good candle higher, I'll take longs. Yeah, I'm gonna take that for sure. That's clean. I probably just squeeze a 1-to-1 out of this. That's clean. All right, so really no way I could possibly go break even there. That's just unfortunate. It looks like we are going to target this gap for backtesting purposes. Like if it's good, I'll go for it. Wow. Okay, that's terrible. Pretty big sell-off in the morning. Guess if we want to grind through this high, we could. But honestly, right, I'd be a little bit bearish until we target that gap right there. So let's see if we get anything. If we did we retrace into a gap? 15-minute. Yeah, I can't even take that. Holy edge. Yes, probably took it. All right, next day. Dude, what are we doing? That's crazy. That's like actually crazy. Okay, so can't really target longs. 300. What? Oh, that was that crazy dump. That's like 1,000 points. I don't really know what I'm supposed to target in this case, I guess. That's insane. Okay. Well, we'll see what volume looks like. We'll see what volume looks like moving into this, but very bearish. Expecting that gap pretty heavily. 15-minute looks bearish. Wow. I don't really think I need to go over this trade too much. Very obvious displacement. If we wanted to continue higher, like I feel like, I mean, this would not have happened, and we probably didn't even tap into any gaps just because of how chopped that was. But there's just like there's no way we don't take out that low, and we're in this giant high time frame for value gap, so pretty confident that this trade hits. Go break even just because of overall PA. It's ridiculous, dude. Oh, does it end up hitting? That's yeah, about what we expect. Next day. Okay, so we did end up taking that. Dude, my draws have been right, just not like this is the type of price action you can expect. Okay, I cannot. I was about to take that, but I didn't like this at all. So that's just, we're gonna have to live with it. Okay, we displace through the first high. Do I get an entry? Yeah. Taking that. Is that displacement though? No, it's not. So it does end up hitting. Maybe, I guess we could go to this high. Depending on what time it is, I might just, okay, no. I would take something like this, but it's after 11, so I'd just be off. It's about really all I can target, to be honest. I have to look for a bit of a quicker trade here. Wow. I would not sit through that. This is going to be like the most boring backtesting video of all time, but that's kind of the point, to show you guys like defense is just as important as offense. Okay, so probably going to target this gap right here. It's really the only target I have higher. So we already took out that high. Very just choppy movement up, but I wouldn't want to target lower in this case. So if we get the move higher, great. If not, then I will sit out. Get a little bit closer to that high. Okay, just because it's very obvious that we're going to take this high, I'm going to take something kind of more based off, okay, yeah, we tapped that 5 minute, that looks really good. So take this, probably just get a 1-to-1. Stops in a good spot. Okay. Break even. All right, nice. So reason behind that trade, very obviously, like I said before we even started moving through the candles for the day, extremely bullish price action. The only possible target we have is the second big 1 hour gap. We obviously are grinding through this one. And then there's not really a clean entry on the 1 minute here. But when I zoomed out to the 5 and noticed that we tapped this 5 minute gap, it really, we're not going lower at that point. When you align the higher time frame with the lower time frame, then that's when you're going to get the best setups and the most efficient price action. And I'm not saying this was efficient price action because it's very just slow and the candles are kind of wonky, but we had a draw, we had the right confirmation, and we entered the trade. So go to next session. Okay, we still look very, very bullish. And I think this gap was just impacted by news. And when that happens, I don't treat it as a gap necessarily because it was impacted by news. And the whole point behind gaps is there was a inefficient or there was a deficiency in price, whatever, an imbalance in price, and market wants to go back up, grab those orders, whatever. I'm not going to get all crazy on you guys, but if it's driven by news, none of that really applies, so I don't treat it as much of a fair value gap. But it's still something that, like, proceed with caution, I guess is what I'll say. So this high, I mean, honestly at this point, once again, would not want to target lower by any means. So wait, what? Oh, this is Christmas. Okay. Day after Christmas. Yeah, once again, would not, I just would not want to target lower. We're having the retrace on the higher time frame, so it's like I could definitely base this off of the higher time frame close. Like if we can get, what time is it right now? 9:37. 1, 2, 3. If I get a nice 15-minute close, I will base this trade off the 15 minutes. So 5 more candles. 4, 5. Okay, no. This is going into, remember, this is what I call like the hell week of trading between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So we can expect just not as good price action. Like if I can get one trade in here, I'll be surprised. Terrible. Okay. Next. Not really any good targets lower. We're in this 4-hour gap. I just don't have any targets. Like this is like the only target, and that target's terrible. So let's see if we can, I don't know. Well, it looks like we do want to move lower. It's just my target is just not the best. I would need to see a higher retrace than that. Dude. Like if we really want to dump, this is the only thing I can really target. Holy shit. Okay, are shorts free? Like, is this, what time is it? Maybe shorts are just free, so I'm gonna take a stab at that for sure. Stop up here, take profit. kind of at the internal low, so I'll go break even relatively quickly in this. If it allows me to, that is. Okay, cool. Okay, that's terrible. Next day. All right, so now we're very obviously bearish. I don't know if we'll quite get down here today. It's like 400 points away, but we will mark it out. I guess we could use this 1 hour gap, but yeah, we'll see what we end up getting. Higher. Maybe that 1 hour gap gets taken. That draw's fine. Okay. Really would only want to target lower though, ideally. Do I get an entry though? We're so far from the draw. Let me see us get lower. Okay, so this is the last day of the month. So I'm gonna be pretty picky with this setup here. I don't want to ruin the backtesting session over one. So it's I don't know, bias is kind of weird. I'd still be more bearish though. Mark up that high. Probably that low right there. And then if we really want to expand lower, I'll mark that out too. All right, let's see if we get anything. Okay, that just looks bad. Okay, extremely unpredictable. There's not much we can do. I guess we're dumping now. Yeah, what even like... Yeah, I would definitely wrap it up for the month there. All right, there's gonna be a cut in the video there because I realized I ended the backtesting session without showing the stats from the backtesting session. And that's just, like, we can't do that. So let's see what we came out with. 8 total trades, 87.5% win rate. Overall pretty good. For December, I'm very happy with how we executed. Now, give or take, some of those were break evens. Let's dive into that real quick. I wasn't sizing in any particular way, so I don't care about like how much I lost or how much I won, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, so technically 3 full wins and then 1 full loss. So I guess 75% win rate, whatever. Like regardless, still super happy with execution on this backtesting session. And I think just overall, like backtesting December, I think it's very important to show that defense in this game is just as important as offense. Because for me personally, I had a really good stretch from like June through September, October-ish, and I did really well in the markets. But these past, like the first little bit of December and then the last little bit of November haven't been as great for me. But the thing is, I'm not sitting there blowing accounts left and right, wasting capital that I made the months prior. Like that is what burns people. Is in the market, like there's going to be times that favor your strategy. There's going to be times that not so much. So in those times that where your strategy isn't favored as much, if you're sitting there blowing accounts left and right, getting emotional, wondering what's not working, you're going to fuck yourself. And I see so many people go down that rabbit hole, and that is what takes most traders out of the game. So this month for me, so far in December, I'm a little bit above break even, like on my funded accounts. But I'm going to be very defensive moving forward with this month because so far what I've seen, I don't really like the price action that's been getting delivered. I'm not liking the efficiency of price action. It's just overall not really favoring the way I trade. So I'm going to be a little bit more defensive, but I'm going to try to upload some more like psychology videos, maybe some back testing, just overall education, because I'm not going to be trading as much. Like tomorrow is FOMC, so I'm not going to trade FOMC. So I'll have a lot more time to film videos and whatnot. But if you guys do want to, if you want to feel a little bit safer in the markets, you need a helping hand, I have my free Discord link. It's in the description. Completely free. I give my bias every single morning. I talk throughout market open. I'll review trades in there. Just overall, it's a really good community to be a part of, and it's free. So not really a reason you shouldn't join. But that is it for the backtesting session. But yeah, I hope you guys trade smart, trade safe, and I will make another video soon.